Hey guys, so today I wanted to teach you how to tie a perfection loop. This is the first video I'll be filming in our Airstream that we're going to be living in. We're moving into this in April, living on the road full time. And so I figured even though it's still parked in my driveway, I might as well get some use out of it today. It is a cold day in January. So perfection loops are super easy, super handy knots. I would say in the top 3 most important knots you can know, not just in fly fishing, but in everyday life. It's a very practical knot to know, and there's times where it comes in super handy. And it is very, very easy to tie. Just as an example, I'll show you how quick you can tie one, just so you can know how easy of a knot this really is. Just like that. That easy, that fast. Nice, solid, strong loop. Very, very handy for connecting pretty much line to line as like a loop-to-loop connection. So let's say if you need to do your tippet to your leader, you can use a perfection loop. You can do your leader to your fly line with a perfection loop. You can do your fly line to your backing with a perfection loop. It's a universal knot. It's super easy. Let's say there's a type of perfection loop that you can use to tie your fly to your tippet. It's a little bit different than the one I'm going to show you today, so we aren't going to worry about it, but I just wanted to mention it because it's just such a good knot. You could use it to tie in a rope and throw it over your trailer hitch to pull someone out of a ditch if you needed to. It's just a very quick, easy, very strong loop knot, and I use it pretty much daily. So the basic of a perfection loop, and it's so simple that I think I can probably tie it. You know, I'm used to tying it facing me, but I think I can tie it facing you guys so you can see it easy. So we're gonna leave ourselves a pretty good tag in for this just because we're using rope. But when I'm doing this with tippet and stuff, I mean, I'll use 2 inches and get it done, no problem. So we're gonna basically bring our line down behind and make just a simple loop that's not tied at all. Just like this. So that's step 1. Step 2, we're going to take our tag and wrap it around and hold, and we're going to leave a little bit of slack to cause another loop on bottom. So we have 2 loops and nothing is actually tied yet. Step 3, so we're going to take our tag in and we're going to lay it right between these 2 loops. So still nothing is tied, nothing's really holding this together. And then step 4 is we reach through the big loop, grab the little loop, and pull. And that is it. Super simple and easy. Now, I love a perfection loop for a loop-to-loop connection. So we'll do it one more time. We go behind, around, and I'm tying this backwards because usually it's facing me. I've never even tried to do this, and that's just how easy these are. So we've got 2 loops here. Yeah, let's go this side. So to do a loop-to-loop connection, which you can use this with, say this was your tippet or your leader, or let's say this is the loop that's already on your fly line and your leader, or even your fly line and your backing. You basically run one through the other, you reach through the loop that went through, grab the base of the bottom line. I like to grab it the knot when I'm doing bigger stuff because it pulls that slack through already. Pull it all the way through, and then bam, you've got a really solid loop-to-loop connection that'll hold really well. I have no issues with these. I mean, I use them for basically everything, and they're just as sturdy as can be. But that's the basis of it. Now I want to show you some practical uses for it. Throw this over here. So let's say you are on the river, and this has happened to me where I had a streamer fishing day. We're fishing from boat in pretty heavy water, and we're using 16-pound line for our streamers. Well, 16-pound line can be enough to tear the loop on your fly line. A lot of fly lines have a loop that is already built in, like this one, just right off the spindle. So let's say you're on the river. I was fishing streamers one day. I get stuck on a log from a boat, and the current is just too much for us to get back to it. So I had to break it off. So I point my rod up at the log, and as I pull my line back after breaking off, I realized I tore my loop. And I did not have a nail knot tool on me to tie on, my leader directly to my fly line. So I needed to tie a quick loop in my fly line that would just get me through the day. So this is fly line here, just an extra piece. And what we'll do is we'll just tie a really quick, simple, small perfection loop in it. Now we could cinch that down. I'd put a pair of pliers in there and open it to put as much pressure on this knot as you can. Try to pull that knot as wide as possible. And I would actually recommend leaving just a little bit of slack on it, like a little tag end if you're tying it at a fly line, because there is still probably a little bit of play there since it's such a slick material. But that would be enough to thread a leader through there and get you through the day, you know, and save a day of fly fishing rather than having to go home and get a nail knot tool or go get a coffee straw from a restaurant to do that. This could be just a quick fix on the river, quick and easy. And then a lot of times your leader already has a loop on it. If it doesn't, you just tie one of those, do that loop-to-loop connection, you're good to go. Now I also use a perfection loop when I'm putting on fly line to my backing. I'm going to show you really quick. Let me find this orange rope again. A trick. So when you're doing this, you want a large loop. So what I'll do is I'll throw an overhand knot in further down my line. So just like that, with maybe a foot or, you know, a foot of backing if I'm going to do that. And this will catch my loop if it slides, because backing material is pretty slick. And then I'll do my quick, I'm used to tying it backwards. All right, so go around, do our loop, pull that through. And now at this point, before you pull that tight, if you want to make your loop bigger, you just feed from your tag end. And it'll continue to give you some room to pull. So if you want to do a pretty big loop, you just pull that tag in mostly through, hold it, and it gives you some room there. Now if this was a slick material, which it's not, but if it was, it would slide down to that overhand knot and catch. A lot of times when you're putting your fly line on your leader, if you've got time, if you're putting your fly into your backing, if you're not in a hurry, you can do like a bimini twist or a nail knot. But if you're on the river, or if you just want a quick, easy way to go, you just tie a big perfection loop like that. It's simple, it's strong, it doesn't slide, especially when you have overhand knot in there to catch it. Now the trick for this, somehow I made it a long time into fly fishing without realizing this. Let's say if you already have a loop on your line, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna thread our backing loop through the loop on our fly line. And now, so we've got this gap, we can either put it over the spindle, which I tied this a little small. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it over our reel entirely. So we pass our reel through that loop. That's why we tied it so large. Let that slide down. We have a strong loop-to-loop connection there. And then we can just reel in our fly line right off the spindle and load our reel up really easily. I've used this thing so many times as far as like perfection loops. I've used them so many times for just about everything. And I can't say that there's a more handy knot to know. I believe that you could probably make it through your entire fly fishing career just using perfection loops and clinch knots, and you would have no issues. Because you can do tippet to leader, you can do, making a bunch of noise there. I'll finish that in just a second. I'll do it right here. You can do tippet to leader, you can do, you know, leader to fly line, you can do, oh man, I'm being super clumsy about this. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it down. Leader to fly line to backing. It's practical in everyday life. It's just a super handy knot to know. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show up, give you the basics. I hope that I hope it helped. I hope the illustrations help. If you have any questions, just let me know. It's super straightforward, super easy, super fast knot. I mean, if you can get them down so quick, which I'm not even by any means fast at it, but you can get them down so quick to where you can just throw a loop knot in just that fast, you know, in just a matter of seconds, and you're good to get back to fishing, which I love not wasting time on the river. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you're safe. I hope you're well, and take care. Bye.